Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 between Tester and the Little One in Group B of the Razor King of the Beta. Tester and the Little One both currently undefeated in their group, and Tester in this series up 1-0 against the Little One. So both players really vying to take up this win because that will ensure them a spot in the top 4. And that, again, will be casted on July 26th, 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. is my StarCraft 2 countdown party. Should definitely check it out at day9tv.eventbrite.com. But either way, thank goodness we are finally going into Game 2 after a handful of technical difficulties. We do have the Little One spawning here as the White Terran on the left, and they were having some lag issues, so they switched server. So here's Tester as the Blue Protoss on the right, playing on the Little One's brother's account, the Big One. Who'd have thought? Now, I have to resist my juvenile urges to constantly joke about that, but either way, it is the Big One versus the Little One, aka Tester versus the Little One. Tester going ahead and throwing down his pylon right next to his main, makes it a lot easier to defend against Reaper harass, and also helps protect that pylon against some sort of Marauder harassment. Little One also building that supply depot right behind his natural expansion, doesn't want to give anything away. He's going to force his opponent to scout all the way deep into the main to see anything, also protects that SCV from any sort of probe harass early on. Doing the usual burrow, throwing down a refinery? Whoa, that's definitely weird. Interested to see what's going to spawn from that one. So we do have the Big One, aka Tester, already scouting out right after his gateway, just chrono boosting his probes as best he can. But the Little One only just now starting his barracks, going for refinery, then barracks. This will allow him to have 100 gas to start a factory immediately, so for perhaps some sort of tank rush build. Whether it's defensive or offensive, I couldn't tell you the answer because Little One is a little bit too unpredictable for that. So it does look like Tester has managed to scout the south end, sees that his opponent is not there. This is going to favor Tester just a little bit on this map to be cross-mapped from his Terran buddy, the Little One. That does mean that the Little One is going to have a harder time using, these slow units, tanks, to get all the way across the Tester. And Tester can easily use Blink to abuse the terrain as much as possible. And Tester does love using that Blink, so big threats for Little One that are going to be coming down the road. But until then, look at that timing. Right as the barracks finishes, 100 gas, 250 minerals, and there is a factory starting right away. So the orbital command getting delayed as well. A little bit late, but no problem at all. The Little One loves getting a lot of aggression right on at the start. So making sure he can get that Hellion or tank or whatever it is he has planned up ASAP. Second gas and cybernetics core going down for Tester. Very typical as well. Wouldn't expect him to do some sort of big warp gate push, but look at him saving the chrono boost again. He is one of the most active chrono boost savers. A lot of players like Huck will devote almost everything to getting that extraordinarily fast probe count. Get a lot of probe counts up very, very high. But it looks like Tester favors spending it on the chrono boost, or spending his chrono boost on the warp gate, spending it on those units, making sure he can do a lot of cutesy stuff very quickly. And it looks like second supply depot up. Thought Little One might be using another supply drop, but went ahead and muled. And this is an extremely weird move from the Little One. He is going Hellion Reaper. Very, very fast factory, and then getting the tech lab. 100% of players would have probably suspected some kind of fast tank opening, but no, Little One looks like he is just being aggressive with a Hellion right off the bat. And the Stalker spots it and says, well, I guess I'll just attack the front anyways. There really isn't anything here that the Little One has that can defend against this too easily. There's one Marauder popping out right now. And look at this Little One just going to take some hits. Little One also getting up into the main. Uh-oh, it looks like that Hellion had perfect timing. The SCV dragged that Stalker away from the front, so a little bit of cooking on the probes happening right now. Getting some decent shots off. One probe finally goes down, and Little One getting another probe. This is exactly what let the Little One defeat Huck in the earlier rounds. The fact that he was able to get in and kill off so many probes. So here is this one Reaper just hiding, and Little One going to let this SCV die so that way he can draw the Stalker away. And it looks like the Marauder got some good shots off on that Stalker. There was just a little bit too much focus for Tester at the front of his base. And here comes more harassment at the back. Target firing some of those weakened probes, killing one already. Tester doing some nice control, pulling everything back. Looks like, wow, 3 nice snipes right there for the Little One. Doing a good amount of damage with the Reaper. Nothing phenomenal, but still effective nonetheless. Looks like we have some more Hellions and Marauders coming out at this point in time. Nice little mix, similar to what we saw QXC just do against Amaga, or should I say saw a little while ago against Amaga, as again, that stream instability did delay things a little bit. Always like to leave a cute story for the people watching the VODs on Blip TV. But here is Tester doing that same strategy we saw him do against Huck, the one Warp Gate, fast expand. A lot of Stalkers out guarding the perimeter of his base. That way he can just focus on getting this expansion up safely. Also, getting the Sentry up, always a good unit to get. It's cheap, spends your gas, leaves your mineral open to get things like gateways and, ooh, robotics facility coming out as well. Kind of committed to doing that because you do need to worry about this high ground cliff, and the Little One is the sort of player who would cliff that. It does look like Stim going down, a little push coming up from the Little One, but no concussive shell. He's not going to be able to chase down units too effectively, and right now that this Nexus has finished, that's going to be a very scary spot for Tester. Tester desperately needs to have this area defended as he has just finished it, hasn't gotten any sort of minerals from it yet, and with this push, he can't really retreat to the top of his ramp. He needs to stay down here and defend this Nexus. This might just be a free kill for the Little One. It looks like he might get a good shot, try to chase up the ramp, only getting one. Tester, wow, a huge misclick from Tester, throwing down 2 force fields instead of 1 in awkward positions, trying as best he can. The Little One getting the very, very easy Nexus kill. Free money, basically, for the Little One, and as we can see in the resource counting station, the Little One already pulling quite a ways ahead, has gotten his own command center up, is now throwing down an engineering bay, making more barracks. Always love the mass barrack style of play. Stimpaks going down as well. Tester getting the Observer out, pushing across the center of the map. Getting his Stalkers to get up to this Zelnaga Watchtower. Little One trying to advance forward with the Hellions. I like the fact that he pulled those back. Sometimes you can get over-eager and try to charge right past these units, but the Little One trying to be very careful. Gonna try to get a poke in. Oh, looks like he's going for it. He picks off a sentry, but there is one Stalker back at the ramp, and this is exactly why a lot of players... Whoopsie daisies, I thought that front was blocked solid, but it looks like the Hellions are going to make their way directly into the main, maybe get a kill, but it is just so low on life, and the Stalkers are very fast. Little One has to do some perfect control to snipe anything off. He doesn't manage to get the kill. That's one of the reasons why a lot of players are leery of poking in at that point in time. Leads to a little bit of an excitement where you think you can get off a nice advantage, but if it backfires, you've just thrown away 3 or 4 Hellions for nothing. Look at the Little One massing up on just Marauders already. Now starting to go back and get some Marines. No concussive shell yet, just Stim. Getting bunkers to be able to deal with any sort of push. He did see this Immortal at the start, so that is a concern of his. But looks like another Immortal coming out for Tester, just trying to make any units that he can with the structures he has up. So expansion now going down for the second time this game from Tester, and look at these mineral fields completely full because Tester didn't even get the chance to mine. Looks like Tester advancing forward to Little One Zelnaga Watchtower. Little One gonna have to pull back that Hellion. Doesn't pull it back far enough. Uncharacteristic blunder there from Little One. Poking around his base, there is the Ghost Academy. Little One, I just want to state for the record, if you can figure out a way to get a mothership or a nuke into this game, I will be forever in your debt. Looks like the Little One is quite a ways ahead of Tester. Tester only just now finishing his expansion. Little One also having far more unit-producing structures. Tester going to try to make a good pullback with, ooh, very fast Colossus and getting the range upgrade, one of the most important upgrades in the game, in my opinion. Extending from 6 to 9, the Colossi suddenly become these units that can reinforce only ranged mixes as well as... let me try that one more time. They can reinforce a ranged unit-only composition as well as a melee-only composition. If you have a ranged-only mix, such as Stalkers and Immortals, and you try to get that Colossus in there, it doesn't quite have long enough range, so that means that the Colossus was too vulnerable to hits. And it looks like that Colossus is going to have to come out real soon, because the Little One doing a nice push. Has he gotten the concussive shell? No, he has combat shields, so that does mean those Marines are a lot stronger. Excellent timing for the Little One on that one, but it looks like that this Colossus is up on the high ground. Going to be very difficult for the Little One to deal with. Here comes a huge first push. Needs to be careful. He's going to target fire that Immortal. Looks like he is going to be able to take out the Zealot. Rushing up to this Immortal. Oh, this Colossus doing so much damage. The Little One having a lot of units, but spreading everything a little bit weirdly. God, Tester did great damage there with those 2 Immortals. I thought the Little One was running up there to snipe those, but I was sorely mistaken. Those force fields from Tester forced everything back, as the name would imply. More Marauders, everything being produced. +1 just now finishing. Oof, not the most ideal timing is the +1 finishing. The instant the attack ends and everything is dead. Would have liked to get that just a touch earlier, but the Little One is now starting to get tanks. A lot of players start to get more Marines because they know the Zealots are very very threatening. They know the Marauders are only really, really good against the Stalkers and so-so-ish against the other mixes. So they begin to get those Marines, but it looks like the Little One instead getting tanks, which are just a brutal unit for any ground mix. And the Little One getting the perfect money scan off. Looks like Tester got everything clustered together, so one scan is going to be able to reveal 100% of what Tester's plans are. 2 Colossi hanging up on the high ground. More gateways going down. Surprise Tester is not yet expanding, instead favoring those extra gateways. Going to be a little bit tight on money until he can get that gold expansion running, because we can even see these robotics facilities are both not operational at the same time, as it does look like Tester is still not taking that extra expo. Little One now just getting more tanks, more Marines, more Marauders. Looks like he still has not gotten concussive shell, and getting some Vikings in here as well. Like this decision, you can get